Hey, Tom here. Welcome to my channel, Tom Loves DIY. Today, it's all about what we put on our feet and frankly how the technology and the variety and quality of the shoes and boots that we can wear on the trail has improved dramatically over the last, 50 years that I've been hiking. So first I want to show you what was state-of-the-art in the 1970s. This is a Pivetta, Vibram yellow label sole, all leather, full grain leather on the outside, leather lined with a padded tongue. You can see it has some speed laces. These little guys together weigh 4.5 pounds. So if you use the 1-to-5 ratio of a pound on your foot is worth 5 pounds on your back, these things add about 22 pounds to your carry weight. Pretty indestructible. I bought these in the 1970s for a hike in Canada in the Agua Canyon. Total wilderness, no trails. They did a great job, kept my feet warm and dry, but man, they were heavy. A little bit later, I picked up some of these Timberlands. They're supposed to be hiking boots. They're almost kind of like a work boot. And together, these weigh about 2 pounds, 3 ounces, significantly less than these Pivettas. And they do a decent job. They are also a leather, but they are split leather, so they're thinner. Good padding, pretty decent support. I then went to these Moabs, which are still available in a newer version, and they're also about 2 pounds, 3 ounces. And you can see the difference here. These have a lot of webbing and this, I don't know if that's real leather, I think that's fake leather compared to these. And they both have similar construction, similar height, padded tongue, etc. So much for history. The current shoes I'm wearing, I've got a pair of Altra TMP or Timp 3s. And these things are so lightweight, and unlike other boots, they're actually foot-shaped, which is kind of cool. Wide toe boxes, foot-shaped, as I said. You can see it comes out here like your toes. You don't get that rubbing that you get when your toes are pinched together. And these only weigh 22 ounces for the pair. That is super lightweight. Think about it. These are a fraction of the weight of any of these. I recently purchased some Topo Adventure high top waterproof Vibram, and although a couple of these have Vibram soles, these are what are called Vibram Megagrips. The traction on these compared to any of these other shoes, well, there's no comparison. These things grip. I used these Altras on a similar trail in Linville Gorge, and wet rocks, I was sliding all over the place. Almost jammed my foot, twisted an ankle. So in addition to the Topo waterproof high tops, I got a pair of Topo lows, and these weigh 22 ounces. Pretty lightweight, similar to the Altras, the big toe box, and the Vibram Megagrips. I've worn both of these on hikes in Linville Gorge on a lot of wet, somewhat technical trail, and I've found that they are excellent. My normal shoe size is a 9. These are 9.5s, and I've found that unlike the Altras, which a 9.5 is a perfect fit for me, these run a little bit large. I started out trying a size 9, and they were just a little bit too small, a little too short in the toe, and I was worried on a downhill of jamming my foot. So I went to the 9.5s, and I might need to do something there to fill in that space a little, maybe wear a sock liner inside of my merino wool socks. One of the things I learned with the Altras, these do not have a rock plate. You can see they're extremely flexible. And walking on roots and rocks, even small ones, I felt a lot of that coming through. So if you saw my other video, you see that I supplemented the kind of thin and flimsy insole with this insole that I made out of a piece of high density rubber that's used for stair treads. I picked it up at one of the big box home stores. These have a rock plate. These do not. And just like with the Altras, they're very flexible, and I felt a lot of the rocks and roots coming through. So it turns out these are almost identical, and so I'll be using this as a supplement to the Topo insole, which is about as thin as the Timp 3s. You know, you can go out and buy extra insoles, pay $50, $70 for them, but I find this free DIY to work really well. So this will go underneath, and it, just like with the Timp 3s, will give me a little bit more protection, and yet I'll still have a good sense of where my feet are and what I'm walking on. So highly recommend the Topo Adventures for any kind of rough terrain or places where you are a little concerned about getting traction. These things are awesome. And in fact, they had so much traction, I got a little careless. Fortunately, I'm using trekking poles, and when I did slip on about a 45-degree angle wet rock, no problem. So that's it for today about footwear. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. If you found this interesting, click the like button.